All right, you guys know the drill. Video blog time. Pastor Bob picked me up. That's Pastor Bob.
Hey.
He's driving, so he can't look at you, okay? I want him to look at the road. I don't want him looking over here, okay? But he's telling a story. He's telling how this all worked out, because you're gonna hear next week how this is a special meeting for me, because this is like the second email request for a speaker that I got after quitting back in January, when I went from 30 events to 3 events. Well, this is the fifth official Reasons for Hope booked event, if that makes sense. So it's a special event because these were the second guys to contact me after I quit AIG to go full-time with R4H. And so Bob's telling a story on how this all came together. So, Mr. Bob, please continue.
I had never heard of up until that point. And, it sounded fun, sounded like it would be good, educational for adults and kids. So we got a couple of vans, promoted it, and did an overnighter, drove down, came back, and while we were there, it was kind of funny because I was standing outside in the lobby, and I saw a speaker. You're going through a museum, and it's like hands-on and everything, and I thought, well, I don't know if I want to actually hear a speaker. So I went in, but Keith said, he goes, oh, you're going to want to hear this guy. He said, Carl Kirby, he's really, really good. He said, you will not want to miss out on that. So I said, all right, Keith, I'll go in and I'll check it out. So I went in with a couple of the other people from our church, and we sat in there. And for me, okay, there are two elements. One is Carl was very, very dynamic. They introduced him as a dynamic speaker, and he did a really, really good job. He wasn't boring, he wasn't, stiff, and he just was really, really interesting. Kept us on the edge of our seat for real for, like an hour. The other thing I really liked is his approach was geared towards parenting, from what I do is I'm a family pastor, so I really liked that. I thought a lot of what he said parents would really appreciate. And then, so that's the first angle on the church side. For me personally, okay, so I'm 36 years old. Again, I'm a pastor. I grew up in church. I go to church all of my life. I had never heard the things that I was hearing, until that point. And theologically, I've never heard any of that stuff. And it was blowing me away, and just, I just couldn't believe that all my life I had gone through this. And, so at this point, it was, I'd say 2 years ago, I had just heard about the whole argument against the millions of years and the gap theory and all that kind of stuff. I had digested all of that going through public school, and so that was just kind of a revelation for me. So I came back totally pumped, and I said, hey, I went to my 2 lead pastors, and I said, I went and saw this guy. I really think he should come. I think every parent needs to hear this. I said, if I've grown up in the church and I haven't known about this stuff, I said, we have a whole church full of people that haven't heard about it. So we really need to have him come and do it. And we got a DVD. I showed it to him with all of the different speakers, and he agreed. He said, man, by far, out of all these guys, they're all great, but Carl is by far the most interesting. Good speaker, that kind of a thing. So that kind of helped sell it. We were excited to have him come, booked it, and so here we are.